The one consistent thing was the pre-vac cycle. Both the wet and dry bag, they ruptured about 90% of the time, which is really, really good. Because of the pressure differences, when that pressure is going in and vacuuming out, eventually that bag is going to try to bust open. And so the problem is where in a preconditioning does it bust open? If it busts open in 3 or 4, you're treating it just like a gravity, and you're not going to get that penetration inside. And remember, folks, this is only 5% trash that I put in it. You're seeing how little it is. Imagine if that bag is full, and the more you put in it, the more challenges that you have. And again, you're trying to overcome that plastic bag, which is an insulator. That steam and heat is not getting inside. It's very, very tricky to do. So you know, by challenging it, you're seeing that in them packs, you're getting that problem. You're also seeing that those chemical strips, they're going to give you a false negative. My concern is when you add the water to the bag, it doesn't necessarily guarantee you that you're going to get the sterilization. But part of the problem is that liquid, if the bag does rupture, it has a hole in it, and you go to pull it out. And this happened to me. Hot water is going to spill on the front of you, and it may not be decontaminated all the way either. It's going to spill on you. It's hot and not decontaminated. You may present it. Next slide, please. And then the pre-vac cycle here is, hang on, something in my way. Pre-vac cycles, the dry bags were 33% effective. The wet bags were 66% effective. And the BioPro was 100% on the pre-vac. That 33 to 66%, that is Russian roulette. And again, that's only 5%. I only had 2 bags in that BioPro in that autoclave. It didn't take up much room. And of course, the more you put bags together, the less you're insulating each other, and that effectiveness is actually going to start going down. And you know, you can increase the times to help do it, but even at an hour, it may not be enough. The gravity cycle, the wet bags were 33% effective. That's 3 in 10 with 5% trash in it. The dry bags were 40% effective. The BioPro 300 was 80%. It failed on the dense hard pack. Of course, obviously, we should be running all pre-vac cycles. It should be noted when the bags ruptured, the internal waste was scattered in there, but it didn't always guarantee that it was decontaminated. And then the wet, the water that's in it, make sure that you have something in there. It's going to spill. Make sure it has something to contain it. But as you can see, make sure that even on the clean side, that everybody is properly protected. This is where I got in trouble when I was doing the autoclaves in the beginning, and then I started taking steps at the end. Next one, please. And next slide. So the practice of adding water, I think the dangers outweigh the adding liquids to the effectiveness of it. It's not going to make that much difference, but it can cause you problems. Pre-vac cycles, you know, obviously they're the ones, that's the jackhammer one as opposed to the tap hammer. Gravity cycles, if you're going to use them, if you don't have it, make sure that you know that you need to extend the time, especially depending on the loads and the density of the loads. Try to open the bags as much as you can. If you close the bag on a gravity, you might as well just assume you're not going to get the kill. If that steam doesn't even get in there at all or have any shot at it, you can forget it. Liquid cycles should never be used when your decontamination cycle. Put them in a container, and then they should not be used unless you have a way to monitor that load, because liquids, depending on how much, is going to change how much time. But if you do use the gravity cycles, I suggest at least a 2.5 hours, especially if you're getting into larger loads, at least a 2.5 hour sterilization. So with that, I want to thank you guys for being here. I really, really appreciate it.